Hello everyone, it's another balmy day and we've got a treat for you. We have transported our worms today. We've got a big bathtub, weighs about 300 kilos, and we're going to put it into our temporary gardening area and it's going to look real schmick. So, because this bathtub weighs 400 kilos, it's very difficult for one person, maybe even two people, to get it off. So I'm using a bit of bush science. I've put in a fence post, tied a string to it and tied a string to the bathtub, and then I'm just going to drive away. Bathtub will come off and it'll be ready. Rip it up!
Well, that worked better than expected.
Baby, that's right. Yeah, buddy. Just gonna try and drag it over to a better spot. Oh, this thing weighs like 500 kilos. I think you're gonna have to help me, Tam. So the worm bath is finally in, and we've put grass to protect them from any sort of cold and extreme heat. We've put a chicken wire netting on top so we don't have any rats going in. I've put some corrugated iron on top in order to stop rain from going in and flooding the worms too much. I've plumbed in the bottom of the bath so all the wormweed can be collected at the bottom, and I made sure that the corrugated iron overhangs so no rain goes into the wormweed. Once the wormweed is collected, I put it into this container and I dilute it, and then it's ready to be put in our gardens to inoculate the soil.
So the worms are in, we have some tea, it's very windy and it's very cold. We're going to head back to my parents' place this afternoon and get a whole trailer load of compost, which we have been turning and have out there, and we will head back here this afternoon. Leon is staying with my parents for the night and Daniel and I are going to camp out, hopefully not freeze to death. It should be really nice. And we will set up all our compost space, and yeah, that's, what was that job? 10 out of 756 or something like that. You know, we're getting there. We are kid-free for the night. So we're out here for the night. Leon is staying the night at the grandparents', which we very much appreciate. And it is a bit chilly and it's very windy, and we've got the fire going, and we are going to get a couple of drinks out. We're going to get some sausages on the fire, and we are going to have a bit of a date night in the freezing cold. And tomorrow we're going to start bright and early, and we're going to get a lot of stuff done while Leon isn't here. And yeah, that's another weekend for us. So we'll see how we go in the morning. Well, Daniel broke the fire pit, so I'm inside drinking.
Good morning from Sunday morning. Let me show you what we had to deal with all night. It's really windy and we got no sleep because of the noise of the wind. What you doing, Daniel?
Rebuilding the fire pit that you broke.
You broke it. Daniel broke this last night. So now we're just
I only stepped on it.
putting some bricks in it to hold up this section. Because someone had the smart idea of standing on it to push down the poles and then it all went and exploded. So we're fixing that up so we can have a fire next time we're out here, huh?
Yeah.
And it is still very windy. It's fixed. It's a little bit windy. We have reorganized the shipping container. That is everything from my parents' house. We have a bit of an empty space here. We have our toilet set up. This is all of our camping stuff. This is for the garden beds when we get into it. It's all paper and cardboard and stuff. And then that's my little camp kitchen. And all this empty space is for the furniture when that comes. So underneath here is all of our compost. This will keep it from going too dry in the sun. Over here we have the garden bed that I put in. We've filled it up full of all the worm castings. Our worms are in this little beauty right here. This is the bathtub. And Daniel is not happy about how much it weighs. The worm tea comes out, goes into this bucket to collect. If it gets too full, there is a drainage pipe that goes all the way over. This is where we put the tea once we collect it, and we can dilute that into the watering can to use it as fertilizer for the gardens. We've got one tumbler here, which I believe is my parents'. Another tumbler here that we had in our suburban house. Don't know if we'll get much use out of these. And then my mum has given us a lovely rhubarb. Hopefully it will survive the winter. And that's it. Hopefully this compost pile, every second month or so, will turn the whole pile. We'll keep moving down the hill, down and down and down every other second month, and that aerates it, lets enough of the oxygen in to help everything break down, and then we can add new piles at the top and then keep turning them down so it's a constant turnover. And that's what we've done so far, and it's worked absolutely perfectly. So we will do a big video one day on all of our big composting setup, the worms, how we're using everything, and yeah. And this is just a pot that we had from our old house, and we're not sure what to do with it yet. So yeah, that might end up at the house somewhere. But we're done. The worms are happy. So we are done for the day. This weekend we have moved 2 full trailer loads, one full of the worms, one full of the compost. We camped out here last night, we broke the fire pit, we organised everything, got our kitchen reset up in the shipping container. We had coffee this morning with our neighbours who are amazing and lovely. We just organised everything. We set up a bird bath, you know. Got some plants out here now. So we have some nice little benches and some plants. We're almost done moving things from my parents' house. Next weekend is Daniel's parents' house. And we're looking pretty good. Yeah. So we're going to go and pick up our little man and have a nice night. It's back to work tomorrow. We have a really, really busy week. And then we do it all again next weekend.
Yeah,
Did we? Yes. So we will see you next weekend. Bye.